tonight, oh God, yeah, it's a bit gassy in here, but you didn't need to know that. So from Lick Beer Project, it's a Bonaterra. This is an IPA. Lick Beer Project in Queens, New York. So a New York beer. Brewed with I-oil Cascade. There is writing on it, but oh my God, is it dinkum. Let me just have a look at the writing. Yep. I look upside down at the writing. Good evening. Oh, it's a government warning. I'm not interested in government warnings. It's brewed with Segal Ranch. You had it 3 days ago. Hops, I-oil Cascades. 7%. Well, oh, I've just twisted the book up and down. Oh. Right, here we go. If this splurts all over me, I'll not be happy. Oh, hey. Massive, massive hoppy aroma from this. Hoppy tropical aroma. Yeah, you got to be 21 years old, haven't you? And it's got a good head on it. Good looking can. Artwork's lovely. Got to say that. Good evening again. So I've got one of them nights where I've got to keep coming up and down the garden to look after the hot tub. So sneaky review time. Jobs are good, innit? So hazy. I bet I was a proper decent brew. Hazy orange looking pour there with a massive white head. Certainly hoppy, certainly tropical on the aroma. I certainly get melon and passion fruit from this. I bet it will be, yeah. So I'm going to drink from the can for a minute, because I'm not waiting 10 minutes for the flipping... We'll do it like an alky. Whoa, some good intensity in the flavour. Yeah, it's all right. You're doing well tonight. Yeah, it's not sour. I hate sours. Well, I don't hate sours. They're just not my favourite type. Although that 9.3% jobby the other night, I think you went off. That was really strong. It absolutely thumped me. Fourth beer. Was it a cat I saw? Good evening, Craig. Hope you're well. And yes, our good friend Craig, Kent Beer Reviews, is doing an unboxing tonight. He's got more beers than Tesco's at the moment. So yeah, 8 o'clock he's doing his unboxing. So yeah, I remembered. I'm shit at remembering, so you know. But soon he'll be back on the beers again when he's recovered. Oh. We'll pour a bit more in. This is lovely. It's got a good... I know. It's funny, you know, I'm waiting for 4... Oh God, I can see myself on the camera. Hold on, let me just full screen that. Jesus Christ. The worst thing is seeing yourself just there. It's like, oh, fucking hell. I'm seeing myself here, that's bad enough, but seeing yourself on another camera, and the resolution's not as good either, so I don't look as good on that camera as I do on this. This does taste nice, yeah. And thank you for sending me that info earlier. Yeah, it was interesting. You know, as a fan of beers, it's always good to have outlets for beer that are, one, cheap, or at least competitive. 2, with a low P&P, postage and packaging. You know, where you're not paying 75 quid for postage and packaging. And for me, that is a good thing. Tesco's and all the supermarkets now, their bottled beer, i.e. traditional beers, their ranges have shrunk massively. What Tesco's have done, Sainsbury's have done since I left, instead of having beers that are either 2 or 4 wide, because that's what, they come in 8, so they're either 2 or 4 wide. Some came in 12s, but, what they're doing now, because the likes of Hobgoblin, Spitfire and others, and this is to cut down on staff, the only reason. So the prices are like £1.25 or whatever, and they've got a bloody shelf of them. Now all that does is cuts down on staff. Doesn't improve the beer range. When I worked there from 2010 to 2015, Sainsbury's was amazing. Bar the fact that they did not support local breweries, which I always had a go about, and me being me, I went straight to the boss of the company and had a bit of a go, and they still didn't do it. So my mum died in 2015, and they tried to put me on the tills. I'm not a till person, getting somebody moaning at you on the till. Oh, I can get this cheaper at Asda. And you're like, well, fuck off to Asda then. Don't come to fucking Sainsbury's. Fuck off to Asda and get it there. Don't tell me it's cheaper at Asda. Why the fuck are you in the queue? One does apologise. I'm on the beer aisle one day. Yes, definitely. All the other supermarkets do it. Sainsbury's don't. One does have an opinion at times. Had a good day, thank you. Yeah, one day I was on the spirits aisle, and I was doing the brandies and whatnot, and this dickhead, he comes up to the back of my head and he turns around, that's cheaper to Asda, and he was proper wankerish in his tone. His tone of voice was wankerish, and the way he was. And I turned around to him and says, because I'd been to Asda the day before, I says, I think you're fine, mate, but it's not. And you see his ego just zap away from him as I put him in his place. Didn't like it. But anyway, back to the beer. So Bonaterra Lick Beer Project from Queens in New York. One place I'd love to go, although not to the rough bars. Exactly. I mean, one day I was passing the freezers rather, in the supermarket, and they'd had a freezer breakdown, so it wiped out a section of the freezer. And this bloke comes up to me and says, "What's up with this then?" I says, "Yeah, it's all been, it's all melted. It's all been chucked. The freezers have been repaired." And then he turns around to me in my face. Well, that's not fucking good enough. And I'm like, don't. And I thought, this bloke's going to get twatted. He used to work Frozen. I like working Frozen. Good department. And I thought to myself, he's in for a good hiding. Because, yes, I'm small. I'm only 5'7". I'm only 5'8". But I was brought up in the roughest part of the Nottingham. I'm not taking shit off some little dickhead. And I had to walk away because he was going to get twatted. And, I told my manager, and she says, well, he was lucky. Yeah, 7%, I'm sure it was. Hold on a minute. Where the fuck's the ABV? I'm sure it's 7%. Yeah, it looks like 7%. No, it was being a dick. Yeah, it was being a wanker. I can take sarcasm. It's down Raggy Avenue. there are times, 99% of the time, I'm totally fine, and I'm as nice a person as you'll ever meet in the world. But you know, sometimes someone just pushes that button, and you're like, oh, you know, yeah, but you're on camera. If I'm not on camera, fucking hell. But you know, you get that. You do get that. I've been on the Arboretum one day when I first met my wife. No, what are you saying? No. Why do I look like I've got a smashed in face? No, put me off now. Yeah, on the Arboretum one night, I just met my girlfriend, who was my wife, who is my wife. And this little dickhead came up, sat next to her, some teenager, started blowing smoke in her face, obviously trying to come the cunt. I was working, she was watching me, but I was working. And I got him and belted him straight over the railings into the pond, you know. But I was younger then, in my 20s, you know. I'm not the same person that, you know. I'm a goody two-shoes now. Nice person. Try to be. Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, you do get some tossers. Yeah. I mean, we had a lad on work experience. He was a dickhead as well. We cable tied him to the chair and chucked him in the pond. Sat him in the pond with the chair. So he wasn't in the water, but he was in the pond. He got his, you know, yeah. Oh, I did. Yeah, I was in my 20s then. I wasn't. You know, I was a little bit more fruity then than I am now. Yeah. I mean, now I walk away from violence. I won't go anywhere near it. You know, I can't even see it. I can't watch it. You know, it's funny how you change over years. I wasn't bad then, to be honest. He just pissed me off because he blew smoke in my girlfriend's face, and not the best thing to do, obviously. You know, there are limits in life, and there's some stuff that I couldn't even tell you what I did on the Arboretum because, you know, it's not good. No, I can't. I keep away from violence. As a child, I watched my dad, and after my dad, several different boyfriends beat me mum. And you know, there's some things in life that violence is something I just keep well away from. And to be honest, in 30 odd years of drinking in Nottingham, yeah, just remember you're on YouTube. And 30 years of drinking in Nottingham, I've never had a situation where someone's hit me. I've stopped fights where somebody's grabbed some girl's arse, somebody you with. Stop fights, says, look, mate, fucking hell, he's a dickhead, you know. Good evening again. Beautiful day. And yeah, stopped fights and that. And it's, you know what, you go out for a drink, you go out for a laugh, and that's what it's all about. And it's not about violence. God, fuck that. I know at times I can be grown up, you know, at times. Then other times I can go out, drink 3 beers, and be fucking steaming on 3 beers, and everybody else is looking at me thinking, wanker. But these things happen, don't they? You know, that's when you don't have food beforehand and you start drinking. We've all made the mistake. Well, I have made the mistake more than a little. Yeah, I'm not one for idiots. Have I ever kicked off? No. Never. No. It's lovely. It's lovely, Mr. Adam. Yes, a hit. Yes. It's a good beer. Thank you. Good choice. At least it's not a sour. And good evening as well. So yeah, a nice beer tonight. Nottingham is a great city. You know, we've got a lot of normal pubs. We've got a lot of traditional pubs. And we've also got a hell of a lot tap rooms and sort of things now. So it's a great place to come for a beer. It is. Summer homebrew. Ooh, there's lots of good kits out there. Do you know, I had a fight as a 15-year-old, and I've never had a situation since. Never. Is it? There's a lot of students in Nottingham. There's like 100,000 or something daft like that. Be interesting to see the future of pubs across the country. Mangrove Jack's American Pale Ale. I need to do some brewing soon. When I get some cash, available cash, I should do some bitter brewing. Trent in Nottingham. Why would a shoplifter nick Foster's? If you're going to nick out, you'd nick Grey Goose. For fuck's sake, it's Foster's. I bet the supermarket staff are laughing at him thinking, what a knob. You know, personally. Right, yeah. No, I couldn't throw a brick across the Trent. Have you seen how wide the Trent is? Jesus Christ, that bloke was a boxer. He's got some mega muscles in his arms. Although, the beer festival is next to the Trent. So if we get a brick, we can do brick throwing competitions. As long as there's no cameras. Because the police will have you. I'd rather have steak than Foster's all day long. Definitely. Good to see all these homebrewers. I like the homebrew. I'm going to do some live homebrew videos at some stage, like making homebrew videos. And get some homebrew on the go. I want to brew some homebrew for the October Beer Festival. I'm going to barrel age it, go in the barrel, put some oak chips, because I haven't got wood barrels, or even bourbon chips. And yeah, Foster's, fucking hell. Pardon my French. For anybody watching tonight, I don't normally swear. Well, yeah, right. You like the daily updates. I stopped doing them at some stage because I thought, you looked at the homebrew section, it's a good hobby to get into. So you buy the quart, you need a 30-litre bucket. It'd be also handy to have a barrel as well. Depends how much money you've got. You can do it without a barrel, but a barrel's handy. And save all your pop bottles, if you have pop bottles, or your plastic bottles. And, you know, homebrew is so interesting. As a fan of beer, you know, homebrew is that next step. Plus, to be fair, if you fancy a beer and you don't want to drink your stock, then I may do the snake bar. I may do another one at some stage. Yeah. Yeah, never go for... Did I just drop some beer? Sacrilege. Flip tops. I've got some flip tops as well. Yeah, I need to go to Magpie Brewery and get them sorted out. But yeah, homebrew is a good hobby, especially when you start getting into the more expensive kits. Don't have to be ridiculously expensive, but certainly more expensive than the Wilco's kits. Homebrew snakebite? No. So, this is a really nice, good evening. An American IPA from Segal Ranch hops, the Lick Beer Project in Queens, New York. 7%. Really hoppy nose at first. It's a bit more muted now. Hazy. Orangey looking pour, because it's not golden, and it's certainly not the other. 21 days into you for my first jab is that. Rightio. I'm thinking either I'm drunk or this is the third of the 4 beer reviews tonight. In fact, it's the 4th, because I did the sneaky beer review earlier on my bar, and then I also did videos from work as well today. So it's one of those. It's I'm packing loads of videos at the moment. It will calm down. I'm definitely looking at the Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. Beer reviewing work? No, only after work, never at work. You know, don't want to get sacked. I'm hoping that when the hotel reopens, and as long as that doesn't offend anyone, that I buy a beer or a few beers and do some work beer reviews, because you know, I don't mind what's the word, promoting both my workplaces in a good way. The boss is a good boss, to be fair. He's a sound bloke, and he was really G'd up that somebody took notice of all my hard work. He knows how hard I've worked, and I really have, you know, I'm not joking. Well, you're on your own all the time. You can't do nothing but do work. You know, it's work or what can you do? And no, that's the one I'm interested in, the one at Sneinton. I'm interested in going there, Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. So you've got the Nottingham Craft Beer Festival, that's at Sneinton, and Neon Raptor, Castle Rock, King Billy the Pub. It's all around that area. It's a good area. You've got the Robin Hood Beer Festival, that's at the cricket ground, and I'm also interested in that as well. Yeah, I spoke to him today, to be honest, and he's a lovely bloke. You know, he's obviously, yeah, he's seen my greenhouse. Yeah. Also got the greenhouse at work as well, which is basically an old marquee. And he knows it's all positive as well. Yeah, we don't all get on with bosses, let's be fair. I mean, my old boss, well, the idiot in charge of us at my last workplace, the supervisor, was an absolute arsehole. And you know, he's got his own issues though. He needed help. Nice bloke, but never should have given him a supervisor's job. I mean, my wife, when she worked for QuickSave back in the day, QuickSave, that's a blast from the past. This is the thing I'm worried about as well with managers, because we're going to have a general manager on each site. Am I going to get on with them? That's going to be interesting. But hey ho. Yeah, young people, sometimes young, not good. You know, you need people who are nice people, but also good people. Goody. And yeah, you know, mixing it up, it is good. You're working as well. Oh, bless you. Yeah, we're bosses. And I forgot where I was then for a second. Yeah, with bosses, you know, it just can be tough, can't it? You know, I've got a boss. Yeah, the wife. Yeah. Well, I think she loves me when I'm not drunk. These things happen, of course. You know, you have a beer. What happens? You have another beer, and then you have another beer, and you get drunk. Yeah, it's not easy working with bad bosses and bad managers. You know, sometimes I do silly things. I think she worries that I drink too much, and I drink more than what you're supposed to. I know that, you know, these things happen. But overall, she knows I'm a very good person. And, you know, we all do things. We all, you know, I would make a very tough manager, because I know how hard I can work, and you know, I would push people. In my shed, not my beard. I ain't got a beard. Yeah, for my birthday. He's on about doing it for my birthday as a Father's Day, birthday, and Christmas present. Putting air conditioning in the beer room, which would be nice, especially in the winter months when it's absolutely freezing. And yeah, that'd be good. I actually worked with a lady called Zoe, and she was a bit like that at times. And I wasn't actually her boss, but I was the supervisory gardener sort of thing. And I would quite a bit take the mickey out of her, but in a way that was positive. She knew I was taking the mick, and she was okay with it. But she'd see me looking over it, and she knew that I wanted her to get back to work. But, you know, a lot of us have all got issues as well. So, you know, and family. Family's tough. I don't want to be a manager. No, stuff being a manager. I'm a head gardener, for whatever that means. But air conditioned beer room, can't fault it. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be a manager. I don't want to be. I like to look after myself, and this is why where I am at the moment, it's the perfect job. I'm looking after myself, and that to me is key. So yeah, hazy pour. I better kill this review off so I can get the last one in. Looking at the time, it's 7:15 already. I've got a settee already there. I've got a 2-seater leather settee. Job's a good one. But it's got a game chair on, so that needs to go. And then on the other side, I've got all my gaming machines, computers, 2 TVs, and it's all set up beautifully. You know, adapting to change. This is what it's all about. The greatest opportunity at the moment is pandemic has brought out the greatest opportunity to change your job that you've ever come across. You know, for me, I got out of a really bad situation, a situation where, you know, I was so dark. Last July, you only need to look back at July's reviews and you'll see how dark it was. And now, you know, it's much more happy, you know, and changing. Sometimes you have to look at your job and you think, stuff this job. I'm going to go into a different job and change my lifestyle. Why would I work for an idiot? Yeah. And you know, I thought the last job was an amazing job, and it didn't turn out to be. You know, it was a good job, but there was people on all sides that were making the job difficult. And if they'd have let me run riot as a creative gardener, I would have made that job amazing. But they didn't really let me go. In my job now, I'm left to absolutely run, you know, do what I like, basically. And obviously, I'm a gardener of 33 years professionally, 39 years. I'm only 49, by the way, just so you know. Don't worry about the grey hair. 39 years doing gardening, so I've loved gardening all my life. So it absolutely ticks every single boxes. And yeah, I'm not paid a lot, but you know, money's not everything. You know, happiness in life is certainly tick. That's what it's all about, money. But money pays the bills, sadly. Yeah, politics and all that, bollocks to that. I can't be doing with any of it. Good evening, Miles. So, Mr. Bowman's back on 1-0 to Carlisle. Yeah. Is that because supermarkets in Carlisle get all the beers? I'm joking. As you know. That was an amazing tasting beer. Lovely tropical taste throughout. A great IPA, 7%. And to be honest, I forgot what it tastes like. I'm not talking that much. I forgot what it tastes like. Yeah, you can't, happiness. We're only here once. You've got to be happy. Being in a job where you're so unhappy every day, get out of that bloody job. Go and apply for something else. Just get out of there. If you can. Not easy. It's never easy. It took me a while to get out of this shithole of a job. 5,000 a month? Bloody hell. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That is something that I will never do. It's not me. Won't do it. We all do what we do with reviews. Yeah. So, Lick Beer Project, and this is Bonaterra, a 7% IPA, recommended by Mr. Adam, the Mersey Beer Reviews, who's gone quiet all of a sudden. I bet he's dog walking. For me, out of 5, a good 4.4 out of 5. This was a nice IPA. And I need to knock this video off because I need to get the last one in. Thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing and liking. And it's been a nice review. Back in 2 minutes, or less than 2 minutes, so I need to pull my fingers out with another review. Cheers all. And I do apologise for killing it down. I really do. Everyone's talking. It's like you're being a miserable pauper.